and welcome to our first ever episode of Two Dudes, One Goal, where our goal will change every episode. I'm Marcus.
And I'm Matt.
Hey, awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning into our first ever episode. But first, we would like to introduce ourselves. We'll start with that. So we'll kind of get into who we are, what we do, and a little fun fact. So, Matt, you can go ahead and take us away.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Well, my name's Matt. Clearly, I'm a college student, just trying to make it through. I guess college is pretty tough. It's definitely a journey. It's a lot of learning, but I'm a huge car guy. Works out a lot. Just trying to enjoy life, make the fullest of it, and prosper each day.
Way, give us a little fun fact about you.
Ooh, fun fact. That's an interesting question. It's my life isn't that interesting, honestly. I try to have new things go on. I just like learning. I learned how to do car work. I learned how to do carpentry, computers, softwares, all that shit. Probably shouldn't swear. Sorry about that.
Don't
Um,
matter. Don't matter.
I just like to learn every day and get better at something every day.
Well, I'm Marcus, and we both go to the same school, University of Michigan Dearborn. We're both getting through, at least trying to. Yeah, so we're we're taking a lot of classes together. So that's kind of we'll get into that in our next segment, why we did this. But what do I do? Well, for the University of Michigan Dearborn, I do play for the lacrosse team there, so I am constantly busy. What else? Yeah, that's a cool thing. For for a little fun fact about me, man. Fun fact. I'd say fun fact. And it's hard to choose, but I guess one thing I will say is I earned a award which is up on my wall right over there. It's a 4-year varsity award for my high school. So I was varsity in all 4 years of high school. So that was kind of cool. But little fun
Wait,
fact about me.
you were on varsity for 4 years?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Good for you, man. I
Thank you. Thank
wasn't.
you. Yeah, it was a freshman year of track when I got the call that I was going to be varsity starting sprinter. So I was a
That's
varsity
dope.
sprint for all 4 years.
That's actually really cool. I wish. I mean, I was the captain of my freshman soccer team. I
That's
wasn't
still it doesn't matter. That's
cool.
leadership.
That's cool, man.
That's funny.
Honestly, it's all right.
That's yeah. I mean, you make do with what you got.
Yeah,
Um,
very true.
so we're going to get into why did we start this podcast and how did we come up with our name. Um, Literally, it came up with I got a couple of goody toys that I really liked and thought it was a pretty cool idea. Hey, why not? Let's just start a podcast. So I actually brought this up to you late last week? Or was it
Yeah, I'd say
Sunday?
so. It was. I don't really know. I don't really
It
care.
was over the
It's just
weekend, and it's
sometime.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only been a couple of days since I really brought up this idea, and we decided to move forward with it. But we decided to come up with the name basically just because it's two dudes. We're two dudes just hanging out, and the overall goal of this podcast is not only to entertain and have fun, but it also is to slowly make the world a happier place, one episode at a time. But as I said in the intro, our goal will change every week. So that kind of brings us into our next thing of what our goal is. So like our goal this episode is going to be bringing awareness to the car community and what it takes to build things. So next episode, who knows what it's going to be? We still got to talk about that, but um, you know that's kind of like our decision on the name there. Matt, what do you think of the name? What kind of came into your mind when we first decided this name?
Um, when I first thought of two dudes, one goal, I thought of success. That's the first thing I thought of that came to my mind. I'm like, people are gonna want to be successful and they're gonna want to prosper and learn things and do things, and it takes a lot of commitment and experimental I don't even know, just values almost. You got to push yourself and learn different things and move forward with things. You can't sit in the past and just dwell on everything. You got to keep trying different things, keep going, keep pushing because one day you're just going to realize 10 years passed and what have you done, you know?
Right.
So I'm really excited for our podcast Two Dudes One Goal because I think we have one goal is to be successful and make the world a better place. So I think the name is really good.
Awesome. Well, at least we're both on the same page of the goal.
Clearly, man, clearly. If we're on this podcast, we better have the same shit, you know?
Right. That's funny. All right. So, uh, like I said, we're gonna
21, by the way, if anyone's
yeah,
wondering.
we're both 21, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We will in the future have a in-person podcast. You know, it kind of just works in our favor and within our schedules to kind of do it this way. We were going to do it in person every Wednesday, but we just kind of decided we're kind of in a time crunch when we were going to film it. So majority of the episodes are going to be like this, but every once in a while we will get one where we're both in person and hanging out, and there may be some drinks involved in that, and we'll probably make an episode around that.
If you guys want to see that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah,
promises, but I
yeah.
think it would be pretty cool.
We just need
It's up to
feedback.
everyone else.
Need feedback.
Exactly. If anyone's listening.
Right.
Gotta start
Um.
somewhere, you know?
So yeah, we're gonna get into our what if scenario type thing. So what I wanted to get at with this is a what if segment. It's called our what if segment. Now it's based off of what if something happens and how could it change the world. So for me, what my what if is, what if we in the next 10 years as a world decided to um, move into the expand our livable quarters to the moon. So meaning by, how would we get up to the moon? What could we do to get up to the moon? Obviously it's going to take rockets, and getting up there is going to take a lot of trips. It's going to take a lot of fuel. But you would have to make some sort of glass orb where you can put oxygen in there and nitrogen, like whatever the Earth's atmosphere is, into this little glass orb that is on the moon, and that, I think, that would start it. But
Like
you know,
bubbles? Like
yeah,
just
yeah, kind of like a glass
like
bubble,
a
just
like a
all over the
greenhouse
moon. Yeah,
almost.
basically.
That's cool.
Because there is sunlight on the moon. I don't know, it would be as bright as it is here. So, but it would always be day.
There's
That's
just
the
no
one thing.
atmosphere.
That's true, but that's what the glass orb is for.
Hmm. I think
So
it'd
that
be
way,
Mars first, to be honest.
that's too far though.
Yeah, but it's more habitable.
You're right about that, but you have to start somewhere. So moon is the closest thing to us. So if we can start on the moon, then we can planet hop from there if we ever had to expand beyond the moon. So that's kind of my thinking of that. Like, how are we going to get grass and food up there? Well, obviously there'll be supplies on the mainland Earth, but that's how you would get things up there. Um, that was just kind of, I always think about that. Like, what if we did planet hop? Like, as a human race in the future, is it possible to planet hop? Um, to just kind of make more space for the world, I guess. That's kind of my thing. How would it change the world? We don't know. It's so unknown, but there would
Well,
have
it
to
wouldn't
be.
change the world because we'd be on a new world. So
Well, it would minimize the utilized space on the world. It would also kind of help. I guess it wouldn't preserve natural resources because we're still using a lot of natural resources to get things up there.
So what, you thinking just multi-habit? Just like people on the moon and people on Earth? Or are you talking about just everyone go on the moon?
No,
Because the
no,
moon
no,
is
no.
like the Earth's like this, the moon's like this, you
Yeah,
know?
no, no, no. It's kind
It's
of
like a
like a
baseball.
right. It's kind of like hey, we'll take a third of the world's population, and or maybe even a quarter of the world's population, and put them on the moon and see what happens. We'll supply them. We'll do whatever we need to do up there. But that's how we would start. And then you can take half of the moon population and go to the next planet that you just habitat like you got into a sustainable habitat, and then and then you can just replenish that half if you wanted to on the moon. So it's kind of like spreading out the human race throughout the solar system. Obviously, that's going to take a long time to do, not just 10 years, but that
Mhm.
would, I don't know, it's just a weird thought that I have. So,
Yeah, definitely know what you mean. My big what if? Are you ready to move on?
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this is kind of open ended, but what if the concept of money just disappeared? How would the planet and the emotions and people and politics, how would that, and especially the economy, how would that change if there was no currency? You know, like what if? Like what if there was just no
Mm.
money and it was just everyone was just happy and we just shared everything. But I feel like that's kind of communism, you know.
Yeah, but so are
But
you saying like if you can obtain the resources and get them yourself and then hire somebody, so like let's say you want to build a house, right? You can just say, "Hey, build me this house," and it's no cost as long as you bring the materials to them and stuff like. And if you want something, you're just like, "I'll take that."
kinda. I don't really know. I never really thought about it this much. But that's why it's kind of like a what if.
Right, right.
Like it's very open ended. There's so many possibilities and so many different things that could happen. Because who's gonna really want to work with there's no payment? Like
Yeah, but
how would emotions and
if there
people's
is no
perspective
currency though, then you're not working for currency to live. Because that's why everybody works. We work for money so that way then we can enjoy the assets of life like a house, a car, food, play money, games, whatever. That's what we work for is currency. But if there is no currency to work for, then work is just everyday life.
true. Where just everyone's working together and working towards a common goal. But I think that's just the definition of communism. Not thinking about it more.
Maybe.
I don't really think we're China here.
Yeah, but they still have currency. It's not a currency thing. It's not like you have to follow this set of rules and this and this. You still have the freedom, you still have everything that you can do, and obviously there are consequences like the law that you have to abide by, but it's more of I see where you're going with that. Like current like that would be nice. Like
Because what are we fighting over? Oil's one of the main reasons. And what is oil? Liquid cash. Like, what if there was just
it would create
no?
peace.
Yes, it would totally create peace, but also on the other end of that, I think it would also create a lot of conflict because I feel like people would be a lot more selfish about their stuff. But at the same time, is if there was never a concept of money, I think people
Right.
would look at things differently.
Yeah, there would
Because
also yeah, I see because there would be the theft rate would probably go up because just because somebody wants it, it's not like owned by that person just because they claimed it's theirs because they didn't pay for it.
it's like the land and the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
back then, bro, when the Native Americans started, there was probably some concept of money, but tribes would work towards a collective goal. And it doesn't matter what goes on and what happens. It's just they want to get this done. They want to live in peace. They want to eat. They want to survive.
Yeah.
Why do we have to be fighting over money and be aggressive and in heavy conflict over something that's preventable? That's a
Mm.
better word to say it, I guess.
Yeah, I see what you're saying about that's a conflicting idea because it's just there's a pro and a con to it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. But I think there's a lot of conflicts that would be resolved, but I think there's also a lot of conflicts that wouldn't because we would still need a form of government. But how is the government gonna be a government without the necessary assets to prove their worth? The government right now just got billions of dollars and they just be controlling everything. But I feel like if there was no cash, the government wouldn't be a government almost. But I
Yeah,
guess
so
if it
it's
was a
just a free for all.
democracy, yeah, that's the one thing that's like, what if there was no money, then what would actually happen to the economy and the
S-
population?
I see.
I feel like the population density would definitely go down though.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's That's a mind alter. Like it's just like a whoa.
Yeah,
Take a step back and
it's a whole different perspective on life.
well, yeah, because you think about it, like we work for money. We have to. We live for money. So if you
Mhm.
don't have money, what's the point? Or like, or how is things going to be without money? Like crime rate obviously is going to have to go up. Like it will in that
Yeah.
situation. Because
Mm,
well, like you were
I don't
saying,
know.
what you were saying, like about government, right? Right. Like
In
if
law and
there
order.
right, and if there is no government, then there really is no law, and there is no way to enforce those laws. So how would you find somebody guilty of stealing if there is no form of ownership? But also,
Yeah,
how could you
true.
find somebody guilty if there is no judicial branch, if there is nothing that you can, if there's no enforcement on the law? So crime rate would go up, like skyrocket, if there was no currency.
But would there still be gluttony though? You know? Like would well, I guess gluttony is more about eating, overeating and shit like that. But I feel like it won't be as selfish though if there was never even an idea of money. People wouldn't be looking at money like that and people wouldn't be stealing. People would be in overall agreement, I would think.
Yeah, so, you know, stealing topic, right? Like that's, if there's no form of ownership, it's easier to steal. Now, going into the mind and at least some hope in society and humans that you won't steal because you don't have it, like that's just like faith in humanity. That's what I'm, faith in humanity. You have to have the faith in humanity, saying like, if I went out and was like, all right, there's a Lamborghini Aventador, I want it, but there's somebody who's in the car right now, they own it, so I'm not going to take that one. So I'm going to go to a dealership and I'm just going to take the keys and I'm going to take another one because I want that one, but I don't have
But
to
there
pay
wouldn't be
for
a
it.
dealership.
No, there would still, there wouldn't be, but I guess you know
How
it,
would the economy evolve into cars if there was no cash and no currency? People wouldn't be driven towards a goal.
so
That's my
society
one thing
has
about
to
it.
have currency to thrive.
Exactly. So I feel like that what if's a very negative one. But there's also again pros and cons.
Right. But if as of right now in 2024 just stopped all currency, currency meant nothing around the whole world, how would the world adapt to that?
We would go into a darkness. If the whole world went into a recession, we'd be fudged.
Yes.
It would be bad news bears around the world if currency meant nothing and it was we're in that heavy of a recession, but we're also live by money.
Right.
The big what if is what if there was never money? I don't know. I feel like it's like I said, very open ended. It really
If there was
makes you
never
think
money, then
of
there wouldn't be a world. That's the way I'm thinking of it. Like
mm,
our world was built off of money and the thriving of currency. That's how it was built. So I can see what you're saying. Like how would the world have developed without any money or any currency?
okay, let's change it then. What if there was currency, but it wasn't a physical cash currency? What if it was like emotions? Like what if a laughter was a currency?
I'd be a millionaire.
There you go. I just made me laugh. $20.
Bam. Well, yeah,
I
that
mean,
makes. Yeah, but you couldn't do it off of emotion because somebody could just be like, ha ha ha, and make money. Even though it's fake, it's well considered a laugh.
no.
It has to be all true emotion reading.
It's clear if you have fake. It's like fake ID compared to real ID. You know, like it's not relevant almost. It still could be declined, I guess.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't know. Currency is a really
Touchy one.
broad topic.
It's touchy too because all we know is currency.
Yeah, basically. But I don't know where. Well, that's just in these days. Back in the day, it used to just be live, laugh, love. You know, Now
Yeah,
it's
and
just
currency wasn't as much as it is now.
and houses back then cost like in the 1980s, houses were like 30,000. Now they're
No, they
like,
were like 100 at most.
mm,
Yeah.
not if not not many. If you like a house, $100,000 house would be like, I don't own a house, so I don't know like the exact measurements, but
I was
if there was like a 4,000 square foot house, that would be like 100,000.
yeah.
Houses were a lot cheaper. They like
Yeah, but that was
10
also
times
when
the
but
price.
inflation, you got like again, currency, it's messed up.
Yep. Everyone be fighting for currency. It's money's king, cash is king.
Yep, exactly. Well, let's sounds like that's a we're gonna have to bring this what if segment back in a couple of episodes. We'll have to see.
Think
This is
about it.
fun. Just kind of it's like a what if debate kind of. Let's figure it
Exactly.
out. I like it.
Mhm.
All right, so we are going to move into our next three segments, which are always going to be the same for every episode, just to kind of keep a little bit of structure. Um, so we're going to start. Our first of the three segments is going to be our builds of the week. Now, as I say before, our goal of this episode is to bring a little bit more awareness to the car community and what it takes to build a car. Um, we're both car geeks. We both love cars, so we kind of decided let's do a build of the week, see what kind of piques our interest, how we like it, and move forward with it. So, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring your car to my screen. That way, then everybody can see it. I'm working on it. 1 second, and then you can go ahead and talk about it. So here is the build that Matt really likes. So
It's
go ahead and talk about it.
controversial. It's a very controversial topic in car. The Dodge Dart. Back then, I don't remember what exact year, but there used to be a muscle car. And now it's this little dinky four-door compact sedan.
Right.
But I really think if people opened their eyes and wasn't so almost condescending on it, people are like, oh, it's a Dodge Dart. It's not that cool.
Hmm.
But I think there's a lot of possibilities with cars, especially not. I own this car, so I'm a little biased to it, but really like how it looks. I feel like whatever you like, you can build to however you want to. As this car with the carbon fiber hood, the Hellcat hood, it shows that there's possibilities to this build. Like, imagine if Dodge made a Hellcat Dart, Imagine how cool that would be. But since there was so much controversial energy about it, it's not really cared for as much as like an actual Hellcat, So they discontinued it, but people are still just liking this car. There's very few, but the people that do like it actually really like it.
Right.
I haven't really found many hated opinions about it, but I feel like if you did build this, not many people will like it, but I think it's a super cool and unique build. It's I don't know how I feel about the blue. I like the color blue, but I'm also a huge fan of red. Red
Yeah.
and black always piques my interest. It's just super. It sticks out.
And
But
you gotta
the
put a picture of your dart on here so I can share it with everybody so you can kind of see what you're saying.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, as you see at the bottom, the near the fog light sockets. This car doesn't have them, but that blue stripe down there, just that little accent can change a whole thing. The little things is what I really like. Is all the little things. As you see the quick release bumper, you have that splitter with the actual splitter pins holding it up to the bumper, making it somewhat functional. I don't know how this is exactly built. It could just be aesthetics, but I find it really sick as it is. It's kind of dull at first when you first get the dart, but there's a lot of things you can do to it. There's a lot of many options you can do to it, especially for example the Mopar edition. It's
Hmm.
black and blue. It has a blue stripe. It has blue seats, like the same
So
color as this blue.
what
As the
if this
blue.
is a Mopar edition and they were going for that?
It's not though.
Oh, it isn't.
No, Mopar Edition's all black with a blue stripe.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
But I can kind of see the inspiration this guy took from it though. He did the blue accents. I don't think the inside's blue, but the one thing about this build that kind of puts me off is the inside of darts are red. They have red accents everywhere. So I don't know how the blue would match the red
Unless it
on the
was a custom
inside,
interior.
unless the custom interior exactly, which I really want to do a custom interior. I think it'd be super cool, but it's just not in my not my budget.
Yeah.
Little broke right now at the moment. Um, the guy that made this is Brian Myers. It's the automotive vlog. That's his channel, Brian Myers Automotive Vlog. This is his finished build, and I really like it. Just mainly because that carbon fiber hood. Honestly, the hood and the front bumper are sick. I've always wanted to do something like this, but I feel like I would just destroy it. I would always bottom out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice build. It's my taste. I don't think many people will agree with me. As I'm looking at your build right now, I don't. It's pretty polar opposites,
Yeah.
might say
Well,
so. I'm more of
one
an
thing
aesthetic person
one thing
than a
I will
speed
say, and
person.
I'm surprised you didn't mention it, was the fitment of these wheels.
I'm looking at them; they're tucked,
Yeah.
really tucked.
The camber has to be put in on it. So, for anybody who doesn't know cars, wheels, they're supposed to be perfectly straight, right, in line with your car, so your car goes straight. Now, camber is when your wheels are tilted like this. So the way that this dart is, and it looks like they adjusted the camber just a little bit, so that way then the fender could go over it for a little bit better of a fitment.
It gives it that wider look.
Yeah, right there. You can kind of see the camber in it, but yeah.
hmm Especially
Uh,
the back. You could tell he rolled the fenders in the back too.
yeah.
See how the back fenders are very rolled and tucked in perfectly. I don't think it messed with the rolling the fronts. I think it just tilted the wheels in a little bit. But the back, that thing looks slammed.
Yeah, it does. It looks really good. And I wonder if it's on bags or if it's coils.
I didn't do many research on this guy, but
Yeah.
I think there's most likely on springs still, coils. I don't think it's on bags. Looks kind of static. Because my car is already has that stance. Now it's tucked in, obviously, because I haven't messed with the suspension as much. But
Mm,
I find it really cool,
yeah.
and that's my build of the week.
Sweet. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, next one I'll bring more of an exotic car. All right, this is just it explain. This episode is more about explaining us and what we like
Yeah.
and what we are looking for.
Mm,
So I feel like this really represents me well as what I do with my car. Like it's not all about speed for me. It's about how it looks and like if it looks cool, you're confident about it. Who cares what other people think, you know? So I agree with it. I like it.
there you go. And that's why we do this segment.
Exactly. That's want to continue yours now?
Yeah. So here's mine. I'll show it. This is my build, and this is a, oh, if I'm not mistaken, a 2015 EcoBoost converted. Um, so it has an engine swap with a 392 Boss engine, twin turbo, as you can see, with the teardrop hood escape. This is a YouTuber I watch all the time. His YouTube channel is It's Just a Six. Um, so he buys cars, builds them. This car he's had for 8 plus years, if I'm not mistaken. This has been his project car. He's always wanted a drag Mustang, kind of like what I want to do. Within the future, I want to have a nice barn out back. I want to have a two-post lift, and I want to build myself a nice drag Mustang, just so I have the experience of building a car. And this is kind of where I would go with it. And the reason I like it is based off of the purple turbos. So you can kind of see the purple turbos right there, the housing of them, and
The
then
cold side, obviously.
yeah, oh, it's a cold side. It's gorgeous, and then you can kind of see the wastegates go in there, and then just these absolutely. I think he said they're inch and a quarter exhaust pipes that go into a teardrop going out of the hood. And obviously there is no hood and or front bumper, but it's meant to drag and it's meant to go fast in a straight line forever. So this is my dream build, and he recently dynoed it. I think it came out to be like 1600 horsepower, but I think it makes more than that because he put an intercooler on it. He's tuned it a little bit more, and he also has a sequential shifter in it, um, just for faster shift times. So with faster shift times, brings in more torque faster. And I think this thing creates like over 2,000 pounds of torque. So like it's just up and go. And in this car, I'm pretty sure he ran below 9-second quarter mile, and that was his
Only a
goal.
9?
I don't know if it was this
He
one.
can if he's running the 5.2, it's a 5.2 Boss, yes? Is it a
392.
5.2?
I don't know. Is it 392 5.2?
I think the 392 is 5.2.
Yeah,
Because
I'd
it's
have to go back and rewatch the video. I can't exactly remember what it is. What his quarter mile was.
it's a Boss 302, not 392. 392 is the oh, so the Boss 302 is just on the older Mustangs.
Mm.
It's 444 horsepower. The 392 is the V8s that Dodge makes, the 6.4.
Mm. Okay, so it's even bigger. Got bigger displacement. Yeah, I'd have to rewatch that. I don't remember exactly what his quarter mile time was, but I have much respect for that because my dream build for a drag car would be a Fox Body Mustang. And for any of you that don't know what a Fox Body Mustang is, go look it up and teach yourself. Nah, nah, nah. It looks good, especially a drag build. You know what? Next episode, look forward to a Fox Body drag build.
All right, I'll put the pull up the 1969 then, and then we'll see which one's actually better.
All right, okay, okay.
1969 is better, bro. Hands down, can't argue with it.
I like the look of the Fox body. It's got a drag look to it, and that's what I'm going for is a drag. Um,
You like those shorter looks, like the more squished looks, almost kind of like how the Dart is, very squished and compact.
I can see what you're saying with the Fox body being a squished look. I don't think it is. I think the nose of it is long enough to make it not like that, and it's got a fat butt goes down to a skinny front, and that's exact like a skinny nose, and that's what you want in drag. Is
That's true, yeah.
you've got your big old slicks in the back, and then you've got your runner wheels in the front. That's the idea. Is it just gets fatter to skinnier, and that's just how it looks, and that's the way I like it. So I've got this envision already. I've got everything planned out, ready to go when I can build it. But so this was my inspiration on what I wanted to do with that. So
It's cool.
um, yeah, just
Very cool.
little itty bitty something.
The
Um,
aftermarket headlights, honestly. I Aftermarket headlights are so nice. It's a very underrated mod.
it is, and it depends
Not
if you
many
can
people.
get the housing of the light color matched. Have you seen that?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, especially on your dart, like it's not color match unless
Yeah, it is.
they did carbon it, didn't
The,
they?
the Dodge Darts, they have white silver lights, and then they have black lights. So the
Right.
GTs, they come with the black inside housing, so it looks better, looks more sleek.
Yeah.
And on like the shittier ones, it's like the silver chrome look almost that I'm not a huge fan of.
Right.
Like the inside of like the Mustang, your Mustang you picked, I
Mm-hmm.
really like how it's black inside, and then it
Yeah.
has that daytime running light that's very long and sleek and has
Mm-hmm.
sharp edges. I
Yeah.
really like aftermarket lights. Its tail
It's the
lights
subtle
became oh
details.
wow.
It's the
Yeah,
subtle details.
I like how you're saying subtle details when I'm looking at this car right now. It's super subtle, yeah. The subtle details, totally.
I mean, the engine's exposed, and you're talking about the headlight, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's what. And there's a misconception about car guys, especially when they build their own cars and they've got these loud
Oh,
exotic cars and stuff. So the misconception is, oh, he's just got this nice car and this fancy car and loud car to pick up girls. Actually, no, it's to actually help him and be confident in the car that he built because other car guys are going up and saying, dude, that's amazing. So building a car is not meant to pick up girls, not meant to pick up anybody, or if you're a girl trying to pick up a guy, which would be easily done. If you're a cargo and you make a car and build a car like this, I can guarantee you've got guys running up to you all the time. But like
100%.
ideally, from a car guy standpoint, it's not about impressing other people other than the car community and the other people in the car community. It's more of a you're building to be accepted and understood of how much work you put into it. So, this build itself has taken 8+ years. This isn't something that you can just have happen overnight. You have to wait for a built engine. You have to wait for a built
Unless you have the
transmission.
money.
Right,
Unless you have the money.
right. And you have to wait for it all to get built. You have to wait for shipment. You have to wait for all of that. So, and then if you start with a stock car like he did, that car was stock, completely
V6.
stock. Yeah. It's
Well,
just
technically the V6 isn't the EcoBoost,
no,
but
this was the
I know.
5. No, this was the 5.0. This was a 5.0 stock. I guess it wasn't an EcoBoost. He has another one that was an EcoBoost. Um,
Okay.
but so this one was a
So we didn't
5.0
engine
stock.
swap.
Huh?
So we didn't engine swap then.
Yeah, because it's a 392.
So we put another 5.0 in it, an older 5.0 in it.
Mhm.
He had a
Just,
new
but it's a
Coyote.
built.
He had
But
a
it's built
Coyote 5.0, and then he put a built 309, 302 in it.
392.
392 is Dodge Mopar, man.
It says it
392.
says no. It says Boss 392 on the.
That's the intake, the throttle body intake
Oh
on
yeah,
the
you're right.
top.
So that's what he did.
So it's probably the 5.0, and he has the 392 intake. Well, it's not the intake; it's the throttle. It's the manifold.
Oh, I
Boss
guess yeah, that would make
392 is the
sense.
manifold.
Hmm.
It's probably on a Coyote because the Boss
It
392
would make
goes on
sense
a
if it was
Coyote.
on a Coyote. It would make
Because the
sense. So
392 is
it
the
is, but it is
6.4
built. I
top.
do know that. I do know it is a
Okay.
built 5.0. But
The rings, the pistons,
oh,
all that,
everything,
cams,
everything. Yep, yep.
bearings, all
Rods,
that,
everything. Like
rods.
literally everything. But it started stock, and he had a vision of it turning out to look just like that, and it took 8 years for him to get to that point. So it's the respect aspect of how much time did you put into that build and how much did you think about it. That's what, today's goal is about. Like we see subtle details. Like for example, my car, like we're talking about the engine, what it looks like, and this, and then Matt brings up the headlights. But that's what our first thing is what does the appearance look like, and then how does it perform? Now, obviously,
Mhm.
if you're into the drag world, who cares what it looks like? Obviously, you want it to look cool, but you also want it. Performance
To
is
run.
above it, above appearance. But for a car community where you're just out showing a car, appearance is everything. So look at the subtle details. Next time you see a nice car, look at look at the brakes. Like, hey, did they paint their brake calipers to match their theme of the car? Or hey, like, do they have drilled and slotted so they're going for cooler and performance? Dodge Dart. So, look at the little things, and you'll have a much bigger appreciation for that car that's being built. So that's what you got to look for. So that's kind of like the whole aspect and our goal of this episode is to bring that in. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, honestly, I completely agree. It's all about the little details. It's not just about being a dickhead or thinking you're better than other people, which a lot of people think.
Yeah.
When they see a nice car, people think instantly, "Wow, look at this guy flexing all of his money, thinking he's better than all of us."
No,
No,
it is
or
true in some cases that they are like that. It's not like everybody who owns a nice car is the same person. It's not
yeah,
true. There are some
yeah.
people like that, but as a whole, looking out, majority is this way.
Those people ruin the car community and give us bad reps. 100%. When the people are out there just like, "Yeah, my car's better than yours because I have more money than you." Who cares about that? But there are people out there that are like that that really put a bad taste in other people's mouths about the car community when the car community is loved by others, as where the quote comes in from what was it? What's the classic quote? Respect the build, you know? Like I respect it. You did what you wanted to do. I respect you for doing that, you know?
Well, I
Yeah.
encourage anybody who's listening to this who isn't in the car community to look up the closest car meet that is coming up to you. So an upcoming car meet that is around you or near you, go to it and go up to any car that you are like, that looks cool, and walk up to the owner and ask, "What do you have in this? Talk to me. I'm new to the cart community," and just say, "Talk to me. I want to learn." And I want to know what you put into this and how much you appreciate it. And I can tell you right now, the second that you ask that question, that person is going to stop and be like, "Whoa, now
You're
we're
gonna
getting
make
some
their day.
appreciation." Exactly, because car guys love talking about their car and showing it off to other people because of how proud they are of what their build came out to be. So
Mhm.
go to a car meet, talk to owners, see what they put into it, and just
And
watch
you'll
their world
understand.
light up. And then you'll have a deeper appreciation of what this car community actually means to people. So that's that segment. That's what we that was our goal for this episode, and hopefully that kind of lingers with everybody, and you guys can all take that with you um, beyond this episode. Um, so next up is going to be our draft segment. This is meant to have just a little bit of fun. I've done this a couple of times with a couple of other people, and I like this just because it kind of brings out what people instantly think about. So draft meaning this episode, what we're going to do is household appliances. So any household appliance that you have and that you can think of, we're going to pick five each, and we're going to basically
Rate
take
them.
turns and just go boom, boom, boom. And if it's taken, you can't take it on your team. That's how a draft works, kind of like the NFL draft, right? That's kind of what we're, going after.
Are you writing them down? Or you want me to
Uh,
list them out?
I'm gonna write mine out. You can write yours out.
Oh shit. There we go.
So yeah, household appliances. We're gonna play rock paper scissors through our webcams to see who decides to go first. So you ready for this? Best of three.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors. Shoot. I knew it.
Ooh.
I knew it.
All right. You got me.
Everyone, the percent of someone doing scissors is a lot higher. For anyone that is doing rock, paper, scissors, know that if you know that person and you know that they're not thinking about it too much, they're going to go scissors. It's
There you
that big
go.
brain play.
It's a big
Most people
brain
go
play.
scissors first. And then when they lose scissors, they're like, okay, they're going to go paper now because they think I'm going to go scissors again or some shit, you know? And you just go fucking paper or rock or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's get this started. I
Hey,
think I already won this. Not going to lie to you.
all right. What's your first one?
I'm I'm picking the air fryer.
Fryer.
Air fryer,
Oh.
man. Are we doing best of 5 here?
Yeah, we're just gonna do 5 rounds.
All right. Right
All
now the air
right.
fryer right now.
All right. Mine. Ooh, air fryer's decent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, mine. What am I gonna go with? I'm gonna go with a stovetop convection oven.
Good.
Just think that's a little bit more. It kind of
Why are you
covers
going
all
for the
bases.
stovetop
Because if I wanted to make noodles or like mac and cheese, I've got
noodles?
the stovetop just and stir it. And if I wanted
Okay.
to make cookies, it goes in the oven.
Solid. Air fryer could do all of that, just saying.
Not mac and
At,
cheese.
at least mine can.
Yours can make mac and cheese.
If I used it correctly, yeah.
All
Like it's possible,
right.
okay?
I want you. Okay. Here's what we're
There's a
gonna do.
grill function on my air fryer. It has a whole attachment you put it in there and you drop and
A
and you
grill,
heat it
but
up.
not like making mac and
But if
cheese.
I heat up the grill and I put a pot in it, all right, you know?
Oh.
Okay.
I-
I'm going Samsung fridge
Ooh.
with the screen on it.
Oh, the
Many
brand
people are
new
gonna be asking,
one.
why are you picking Samsung? That screen on a Samsung fridge, you can write down everything. It actually,
That's
funny enough,
true.
it has a camera in it that
Yeah,
you
you
just
can
tap,
see
double
through.
tap on the screen, and it'll just show it through the fridge. And then you got a screen on it. It's basically a whole Samsung phone built into the whole wall of the whole front side of your fridge. You can put down your shopping list
If you
items
go and get one, we're gonna
when they're
record the next
expired.
episode on it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get one. They're like 20,000. I'm
Yeah,
good.
they're so expensive.
I'm broke.
Oh man. Okay.
The fridge is taken. We got the air fryer. Where are you writing yours?
Oh, I've got it in my notepad.
Oh, I'm putting it. I have a whole thing in the doc, but whatever. Don't matter.
Oh,
Don't
you
matter.
have it in the doc.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that better. Okay.
I know you do.
Um, number two, I'm going to go with a. What are they called? Hold on. Space heater.
That's you keep a space heater in your kitchen?
Household appliances.
Oh, we're doing house. So I'm thinking kitchen appliances.
No,
Sorry.
household appliances.
Space heater. That's solid. That's solid. Okay. I think that's maybe like a 4 or a 5 though. I wouldn't say your second pick. Second
For
round pick. I don't know
survival?
about that.
No, for survival.
Mm, I don't know,
It gets
man.
cold in Michigan, buddy. It gets cold.
You should have gone with the freezer.
Is that what you're taking? Is that what you're taking right here
I'm
in round
thinking about
three?
it, but I don't need a freezer because the freezer's built into the fridge. But you can't pick a fridge because it's
I
already
can't pick a
picked.
fridge, so I can pick a freezer.
Yeah, unless I pick it, then your food's just gonna sit outside in the warm, hot summer. I could just completely stuff you there, but I'm not going to.
Could. You
Um,
could.
what do I want to do? I'm thinking of everyday life. What do I use the most? I ooh nah. That's just air fryer's the same thing as like one of those ovens on the counter. Yeah,
No, that's a toast. I mean,
a
there
toaster
is a
oven is the same
there
thing as
not as an air fryer. Air fryer is completely different, but the air fryer has the function of toast.
yeah.
So
Okay.
you've already covered that, yeah.
Since stovetop is taken, I'm gonna have to go with griddle.
Ooh, I
The
like
griddle.
that. That's a good hit.
The griddle. I think that's solid because I have the air fryer for cooking food, but I can't really cook food on it, you know?
Mm,
I have the Samsung I got the fridge to cool the food, and now I got something else to make like pancakes and shit.
I like it.
Yes,
I
sir.
like it. Okay, round three. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna go with freezer. I think. Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of brought up a good idea that I probably should take that. Okay.
See here, I'm thinking about microwave, but like
Air fryer
you,
has
you
that
don't,
function.
yeah, not really,
You
but
can
you
heat things up
air
after
fryer's a
it's.
better mic. Exactly. Air fryer's
Yeah.
a better as a microwave on steroids. Household appliance. Hmm. Are we thinking like entertainment appliances or just
Anything.
functionality? Just
Anything.
function.
Does not matter.
I want to count entertainment as an appliance though.
It is though. It
Like
technically is it.
A
Yeah,
TV isn't an appliance.
it is. If you go on
I don't
Target right
agree.
now and type in appliances, a TV could pop up.
All right, let's change this rule then. All right,
Okay.
let's stick to this. Let's stick to kitchen because that's what we have mostly in here. I mean, you have space heater. Never mind. Just no entertainment. Just
No entertainment? Oh man.
anything that betters your life. Anything that
Okay,
makes
so
life more convenient.
we're thinking of survival.
Yes, survival. You're in a zombie apocalypse. What are you grabbing first from Costco?
Are you serious? A big old water slide.
Yeah, I'm gonna go water sliding down a slide when there's zombies running around. Yeah, sure. Um,
You know what I'm talking about, all those big old things on top of the aisles and
what would be best for survival? I got air fryer, Samsung fridge, griddle, generator.
ah. That's not a household appliance. You can't have that in the house.
Well, if you're trying to survive,
That's not a household
okay,
appliance.
okay,
You can't
fine,
have it in the household.
okay, fine, whatever, whatever, man.
Do you ever listen to
Um,
like DTE when we have power outages? They always say never run your generator inside because
yeah,
it
carbon
creates an yeah,
monoxide.
exactly. You can die
I know.
from that. So that's
I was just thinking survival, but okay, we'll stick to household appliances that
yeah.
betters your life. Okay,
Yeah.
that's simple. No survival, just household appliances that improve your life.
Okay. All
We're
right.
gonna assume you have water, food. I mean, we're gonna assume you have water, heat, all that shit already. Okay. Space heaters is nice for the winter though at nighttime.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Because
Yeah.
at night, no, we're not Michiganders don't run their heat at night
Yeah. That's
unless
true.
you got
That's
that unless you
true.
got the moolah, you know.
Yeah. Heat is off.
Yeah, exactly. So I run a space heater in the winter too. 4. This is a big boy one. What would be quattro? We have all of that already. What it makes it better? You already have yours picked, I'm assuming. Yeah. Shoot.
As long as you don't
Shoot.
take
Shoot.
it.
Shoot. Man, I'm coming to a standstill here. My draft board's coming empty. Pressure cooker.
That's what an air fryer is. Oh no, not pressure. I see what you're saying. Pressure cooker, like one of
If I
those.
want to make
Yes. 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 Yes.
anything, I can put anything in there and it's chops.
All right. All
I'm
right.
doing that. It's
All
probably
right.
not a good pick. It's
Pressure.
probably more of like a 5 or a 10, but I'll go with this.
All right. All right. Um. So I'm sticking in the kitchen. And one thing you have not mentioned, I get it, you've got running water and all that stuff.
Oh, you're going sink.
Nope. I'm going
No.
dishwasher. That dishwasher has multiple purposes. Since I don't have a shower, if I don't have a shower, I can use the dishwasher. I can run water in there and I can use that water, warm water.
That is an appliance. Yeah, I want to say a sink's an appliance. Okay.
So dishwasher is going to be my next thing because I also like eating unclean things. So
I mean,
dishwasher.
I'll have a wife. She'll do it for me.
Getting getting
I'm joking.
canceled
I'm
for
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
that.
I'd be doing my mom don't be doing dishes in here, bro. My dad be doing all the dishes. So that was just a joke. Probably a bad joke.
From-
Might have to cut that out. Let me think.
oh man,
A wife is my 5th one.
that's terrible. This is all staying in. oh.
Oh, I ain't woke, I guess. What would be number 5? Microwave's a huge one, but I feel like that's a good pick though for like a number 3. That's like a good 3rd round pick is a dishwasher, I would say. I mean, not dishwasher, a microwave, but like we don't need one with what we have.
With what you have,
I'm taking microwave.
dude, your tape. Oh my.
Just so you can't take it. Just so you can't take it. Gotta make sure the other teams don't be getting the good draft picks. Microwave. Warm up that food. Defrost that food. I can't defrost no food yet. That would be a good defroster.
Yeah, I can. I can. I got the stovetop oven.
Well, how you gonna defrost food with a stovetop oven? When you have a
You get it
steak,
if you
how
get
do
a
you defrost it?
Oh, I do. I do this way anyways. I put a pot of like a big pot of water
Oh, you
in,
sous vide it.
and then heat it up until it's like 70, 80, 90 degrees maybe. I've got a thermometer in it, and then you just put the package of meat into it, and that defrosts it.
Technically, we're not even supposed to defrost like steaks and shit like that. You're supposed to keep it in like a fridge and let it thaw out. But I'm going
100%.
microwave. Gotta
Okay.
take your picks.
That was gonna be my next one.
Oh yeah.
Just thought of a good one, huh?
Oh my god, I thought of an amazing one.
What realm are you thinking? Kitchen or?
Yeah, kitchen.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought pressure cooker before that thing. I should have done that before pressure cooker. Like that's a horrible pick.
So I have ways to keep things cold and heat them up. I have ways to clean things. I have a way to keep me warm. I need something to enjoy.
No way.
Is
That's what
that
I
what
was
you were thinking?
thinking of. Oh my gosh. That's
I knew it.
exactly
I
what
knew
I was
because
thinking.
you're drinking your protein shake, and that's what came into my mind.
Ooh,
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think blender's the
that's
way
a
to
good
go.
pick.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
I
It's
definitely should have
so
taken that too.
versatile.
Yeah.
So versatile. Like you can use
And
it for food processing, like so easily.
yeah, you
You make
could.
flour with it. You can blend eggs. You can whip food with it. Like it's so useful.
Right.
Damn.
All
Rapid
right.
pressure cooker.
There it is for everybody to see. Go ahead. Let us know which one you guys think is going to win, survival wise, going into the Super Bowl. Super Bowl of survival. Which one would you take? Mine or Wags? Which one are we taking? So that is that for that little segment.
Do we want to move on into our big quotes?
Is that what it is next? Yeah. Let's hit it. Let's hit our quotes of the week and let's wrap this up.
Alrighty. You you want to start it off?
Yeah, I will actually. I'll take that. Um, this is gonna take me back to my childhood, and if you have
Classic.
the same one, it's gonna be funny. Um, but I think about this a lot, pretty much every day. Um, but it's a quote from Kung Fu Panda, and saying that you guys probably already know it from Master Oogway, saying, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that is why they call it the present." And I think of that, and there's another quote that comes into my mind when I hear that, and it's, "How hard would you play today if you know you can't play tomorrow?" And I tie those two quotes together, and that's the one quote I wanted to get tattooed across my back, because that would have been a hard tattoo. But I'm thinking maybe forearm if I don't do the arrow. But besides the point, getting off topic. But I tie those two together because today is a gift. You woke up, you're enjoying the day. No matter how hard your day is, just know you woke up today, and any day that you wake up is a good day. So it's always a present, and because it's a gift, it is a present, and you take advantage of every single day that you are given. And if I know I don't get tomorrow, I'm going to play as hard as I possibly can today. I'm going to enjoy the life that I am living today and enjoy it to its fullest. And that's kind of that's my philosophy behind my quote of the day. So
It
Matt,
also, huh?
go ahead.
It also kind of relates to what people like. A big question people ask is, "What would you do if you knew today was your last day?"
Yeah.
It kind of relates to that. It's like, what would you do if you knew that you didn't have a month, you didn't have a week, you had a day? If today was your last day, what would you do? Would you make it worth it, or would you just sit at home, just all sad and bummed out, knowing that this is your last day?
You got
You
to make
know,
it last.
exactly. You got to take. You got to be happy for each day you have. You got to look forward to each day, because, like you said, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is that gift.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be grateful what you have, and you gotta move forward. Don't be in your feelings. You gotta be
Mm-hmm.
happy with what you're given.
Yep. That's that's what that means, and that's how it hits every single day. I
I
think about that. So
I completely agree. My quote. My quote. I found it out of Goldrat. He is the author of The Goal. It's a great book. I had to read it because of class,
yes.
but honestly, I learned a lot from it. It really changes your mindset about many things. I'm a huge believer in mindset is everything. And especially in today in this age, so many people aren't productive. There you go. Not everyone's productive. Not everyone is looking and have a goal and know what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to become successful in this day and age. You could just be a weekend grinder. You could just grind, but there's so many people that don't try. You could surpass anyone if you just put in the effort and have a goal. So my quote is, productivity is meaningless unless you know what your goal is. What are you being productive towards? What are you doing that's productive that's going to benefit you in the future?
Yeah.
You can't be productive in something and benefit yourself through it if you don't even know what you're being productive about. Like, for instance, if you have a goal on building a really nice car, if you're not going to be productive about it, then it's meaningless. You got to know what you want to do and then strive towards that every day and be grateful that you're given today as a gift.
Yeah.
It kind of leads into your quote too, you know?
I
It's a
like
huge
that.
philosophy. It's a huge
Uh,
philosophy.
oh yeah. No, that's so. What what is your goal, and how are you being productively active towards that goal?
I have a bunch of goals, but currently a lot of my goals aren't reachable because I'm still in college. My goal right now is just my first number one goal: graduate college, get out of it, get a solid job, get a solid income, and then I can start venturing off into my other goals. If I'm already able to put in 4 to 5 years of college and grinding after the other 12 that I've been through,
Right.
like it's not going to be that hard to reach your goals in the future. You've already been productive enough to get a degree and show that you have dedication and commitment. If you have the dedication and commitment mindset, you can get anything you want done. That is
So
what my goal is currently.
your goal is to live a successful life, and you are proving to yourself that you are productive in reaching that goal.
Exactly. The
I like that.
Japanese philosophy, Kaizen. Better yourself little at a time. It doesn't have to be all at once, but if you're productive and you better yourself little at little, it'll add up quick.
Yep.
Like the gym. If you go to the gym little by little, it's painful. You don't want to do it, but you'll get it done. If you can get that done and you can convince yourself that's what you need to do, you'll grow and grow and grow before you realize you'll be where you want to be.
Yep.
And at that point, you won't even want to be there. You want to keep growing because you know you can. If you know
Yep.
you can grow, why stay there and continue with what you're doing?
Right. Well, because like
That's
the way that I'm taking this quote is it literally just took me back into a mental thing like what is my goal and what am I actively working towards? Now, I've got a short-term goal and a long-term goal, and my short-term goal is what gets me to my long-term goal. So like right now, my short-term goal ends in 2.5 months, and that is to be the best lacrosse player I possibly can during the season, whether that's lifting, eating right, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep. So I'm productive in doing all of that. I'm getting on average 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. That way, then I can better my body. I'm drinking 5 of these, as much. I'm 4 to 5 of these a day. I drink of water. I'm being productive to helping my goal. I'm going to the gym as much as I possibly can in my free time to better myself as a lacrosse player. But then my long term goal is obviously going to graduate college, but then getting a good job and having a good income to provide for my future family. But if I better myself for lacrosse, I better myself for school, and I better myself off in the long run. So taking that quote just makes you take a step. Reading it and hearing it makes you take a step back and understand what is my goal, and I mean, we can even take that back to the theme of this episode. Our goal was to make you guys more understanding of the car community, and the way that we did that and our productivity with that was showing you guys pictures of what we enjoy and why we enjoy it and trying to give it to you and making this podcast happen. So our goal for this episode hopefully can be complete because we were productive about it. So I don't know. It's kind of you can tie that into a lot of things, which I really like that quote.
Thank you. I really like it too. I actually have on my wallpaper on my phone,
Oh, really?
my home screen.
That's pretty cool.
I have a widget that just has my quote because every time I wake up, I look at that. I know what I'm striving for each day.
It's
Each day I
perfect.
grow to become better, better, and better.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, that wraps everything up. We had a pretty good time for our first ever episode. Obviously, some episodes will be around this time shorter or maybe even longer, but just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in to our first ever episode of Two Dudes, One Goal. It was a blast kicking this podcast off with you, Matt, and can't wait to look. I'm looking forward to all the other episodes
Oh
we're going to
yeah.
be filming in the future. We're going to
Oh
have
yeah.
some
And
fun.
hopefully we'll get better at it. This is our first one. It might be a little cringy or whatever, but
We'll
it's
get there.
like I said, it's about productivity and continue grinding.
Yep.
And I want you guys to look at that the same way. If you guys
Yep.
have a goal for something, push towards it, keep grinding, keep looking for the best thing, the best you. Keep looking for the best you, the best thing you can become for the best person in the future.
Yep.
You don't want to be in the future and look back and be like, I missed out on all this because you don't want regrets, you know?
Yeah. No, 100%. And
Thank you for tuning in.
yeah.
I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Yeah. Give us some feedback. What you guys think? What you guys like? Give us some new topics that we can talk about on our next episode. So that's a wrap for today's episode. Have a great day to everybody watching, and as always, stay happy. See you guys.
Stay happy. Peace.